All right, so this is 2.5 number 46. We're given this quadratic x squared minus x minus 22 to the power of 4/3 is equal to 60. The power of 4/3 is telling us two things. Number one, it's to the fourth power. But 4/3, the thirds means that there's a cubic root in here as well. And if we write that, that might lead us to do the proper thing in a more straightforward manner. Okay, so let's write it as the cube root of x squared minus x minus 22 to the fourth power. All right. So now it's a little more straightforward. So now if I take the fourth root of both sides, it's an even root. That means I have to allow for both positive and negative. Okay. So if I do that, fourth root, take the fourth root, allow for both the positive and negative, okay? 16 is 2 to the fourth, right? It's 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So it's 2 to the fourth. So the fourth root of 16 is 2, but we have to allow for both the positive 2 and the negative 2. Now that fourth root and the fourth now cancel each other out. So now we just have a cubed root of x squared minus x minus 22 remaining. Okay? So now we can cube both sides. So if we cube both sides, right, the cube and the cube root will cancel out. X squared minus x minus 22. The positive 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, plus times plus times plus is plus, right? So we're going to plus 8 as an option. The minus 2 cubed, minus times minus times minus, minus times minus is a plus, times another minus is a minus. So we're going to get a minus 8 as well, okay? So now, here I would separate it in between my two solutions, the plus 8 and the minus 8. Minus, plus. So we're going to get x squared minus x minus 22 is equal to negative 8, or x squared minus x minus 22 is equal to positive 8. All right, so again, we want these things to be equal to 0, so for the negative side, we're going to add 8 to both sides. We're going to get x squared minus x minus 22 plus 8 is minus 14 is equal to 0. 14 is 2 times 7. There's really no easy way to factor that to get a minus 1 here. So I would plug that into the quadratic equation. Let's do that. All right. Well, we've done all this work, so we don't need that anymore. Okay. So on the minus side, we're going to have x is equal to minus b. Minus a minus 1 is a plus 1. Plus or minus square root of b squared, which is minus 1 squared. Minus 4 times a, which is 1. Times b, which is minus 14. All over 2 times a, which is 2 times 1. Okay? Now, 1 squared is 1, minus and minus is minus. Okay? 4 times 14 is 56. Minus and a minus is a plus. 56 plus 1 is 57. Right? So x is going to be equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 57 over 2. I believe, no, 57 is not prime. It's, let's see, a square root of 57. I don't think that's anything in particular, but it's not prime. All right. Square root of 57 is the same thing as, yeah, it's just the square root of 57. So I would leave it like that. So here we're going to have two solutions. X is equal to 1 plus the square root of 57. Square root of 57 is a little more than 7 over 2, and x is equal to 1 minus the square root of 57 over 2. Okay, so that's the solutions we get from the minus side. We get two distinct solutions there. Okay. On the positive side, right, we have a plus 8, so if I subtract 8 from both sides, 20 minus 22 minus 8 is a minus 30. Okay. 30 is 5 times 6, and that does have a difference of 1. So this can actually be factored. So we're going to have x plus. This minus here means that one of them is a positive, one of them is a negative. This negative here means that the larger one has to be the negative. So x plus 5 is equal to 0, or x minus 6 is equal to 0, right? So on the plus side, we have x plus 5 is equal to 0. We subtract 5 from both sides. X is equal to minus 5. So you got this solution, this solution, this solution, and x minus 6 is equal to 0. We add 6 to both sides. X is equal to positive 6. Okay, so those are our 4 allowed solutions. All right, and we're done.